shortly.
Sports Officer. The Sports Officer promotes and enhances the sports offering at York. They lead the sports committee and strive to make sports welcoming and accessible for everyone.
Hello, I am Grace and I'm now joined by Jonathan, who's running for Sport Officer. Let's dive straight into your manifesto. You say that you will revamp, in your first point, you say that you will revamp the collegiate sports system to foster inclusivity, enabling students from any college to engage in their institution's sport offerings.
Yes.
So my question is, how is it not inclusive in the first place, and what ways will you change this?
Okay, amazing question, yeah. So by the term revamp, I don't mean to completely change or completely get the current system out and make a new one. What I want to do is make sure that all college teams have a wellbeing officer, and I want to make sure that they are all at least trained to some degree in handling any type of problem that the university can think of in terms of sport. That's what I mean by revamp, is to make sure that all colleges have a wellbeing officer, but basically just so anybody can feel comfortable entering the team.
Okay. And you then mentioned how you want to strengthen collaborations with the college's sport heads and team leaders. Now, the USU's current sports president held a semesterly meeting and still holds semesterly meetings with the college sport leaders and college staff. So what are you going to do differently in order to strengthen this collaboration?
Perfect. So I want to do just even more than that. So the college system has games every single day, I believe. They have training sessions every single day. What I want to do, because I really love sports at York, I want to go to a fair amount of these just to show my face. I want to show the fact that USU and the sport president is actually involved with college sport. Even just going to the college cup games and being a face there, I think is a really important idea.
Okay. And you also mentioned in your first point that you're thinking of updating the college rules.
Yes.
Now, why do they need updating, and is this feasible?
Yeah, so just to preface that, I play college squash, badminton and volleyball. So I'm pretty experienced in knowing what the specific rules are. And there have been many instances where the team or myself, I actually don't know some of the rules that are played, whether it's the difference between the England rules of the sport or the international rules. So it'll be a clarification of that, as well as a clarification as who can actually play. Because there is a certain debate among many students as to whether uni players should be allowed to play in college level. And I believe that some should, but some should not. That you obviously can't have a men's or women's first team player playing in college due to the skill difference. However, there are other uni teams below the first teams that are allowed to play. And in many clubs, that's not known and that's not kind of ruled upon. So I think there should be some clear guidelines about it.
Okay. Now, moving on to your second manifesto point, you say how you want to boost inter-university tournaments, promoting healthy competition among colleges, societies, etc. Now, you're probably aware that the university already has inter-university tournaments, including College Cup, College Varsity, and the Sports Championship. So what do you mean by boosting them, and how will you do this?
So I've already started doing this, actually. So I, myself and a lady named Silka, a PhD student in the volleyball community, we organised a volleyball tournament that had 67 members, raised about £400 for charity. That's kind of what I mean as more tournaments for charity, as well as boosting the clubs that are involved. So UIVC had a lot of advertisement from that, simply because there was a tournament accessible for all. I'm currently also organising a rackets tournament with all 4 rackets teams. So that way it's just people getting involved in each other's sports, and there's just more endorsement about it.
Okay. So moving on to your third manifesto point now, you talk about collaborating with York Sport to reinstate women and non-binary gym sessions. Now, in the York Sport Centre on Campus West, there are still non-binary gym sessions. So what do you plan to do differently on top of this?
So there used to be 2, which were on, I know they were on, I believe, a Monday at night and Sunday in the morning, and the Monday nighttime one got removed. And I know that many women that I've talked to and people who identify as non-binary have seen that has been removed. And a lot of their gym times have just been reduced to 1 day a week, that being the Sunday morning, which a lot of them don't go to because it's a Sunday morning and we're students and it's a bit hard to get to. And a lot of them really liked the Friday night. And I think maybe the participation wasn't as good as it is, but I think that doesn't really matter because it's definitely something that needs to be looked at because it is a bit of a welfare concern, and that it needs to be an accessible place for women non-binary to do the gym. So I think no matter what, that needs to be a very big priority for USU to bring it back.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm going to have to cut you there.
Amazing.
Thank you for your time. We'll be now passing it over to Ollie in Studio Blue for another sports
Thank you very
interview.
much.